Today, Precarious plays
Hades. Well, boys, we're very near the end now.
Okay, I think I'm ready. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message, and I hope it finds you well, Lady Aphrodite.
Unless I mess something up, we should be able to send out all of the other invitations in this run.
Okay.
And then I don't know what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Why, this is something, dearest. Such an enigmatic message you have sent. How positively captivating. I must know what it says. It bears the marks of others on Olympus, so perhaps we ought to share some common knowledge on the subject.
Yes.
That's the one I wanted. Okay. I don't know if I've shown you this weapon.
Oh, yeah? Oh.
I know, or this aspect. Because I know that
Going in.
I think we've covered all of the different weapons at least once.
Yeah.
On camera.
Mm-hmm.
Choose carefully.
Good advice. No, I don't. You know what? Yeah, let's just go with that one and move on. So, where was I? What was I saying? This weapon.
Oh, yes.
This weapon has an interesting function that it shares with, I think, one of the bows.
Yeah.
So if you give me just a moment, you don't cast normally with this shield.
Yeah.
Instead, you stock it in the weapon, and then the next time you do a bull rush, it explodes at the end of the bull rush.
Like that arc that for your regular attack has been pretty wide already.
Yeah, it's just slow. But it's a nice attack. It's all right. Do we need?
We need war and wine and rain, sleet, snow and shine.
Right.
Somebody was very clever writing down all of the last guests that needed their invites.
Do I need anything from Artemis? No. So you can do crazy stuff like this. Like I'm gonna put all three in there.
Yeah. Huh.
And then they all just explode.
That's great.
Yeah. If there's a problem with it, it's that it can be like a little tedious, I think, to just mash the button before every bull rush. Mm-hmm. But that's not so different from like the sword, just in general.
Yeah.
So that's actually why I wanted Aphrodite. It's because just in raw damage, I don't think any of the other boons for your cast really compare. See, the flaw with hers, or the trade-off, I should say, is that it turns your cast into a shotgun blast, right? Like a short range little arc instead of a bullet.
Yeah.
But this weapon converts all of your casts into a flare that hits in a circle around you anyway. Mm-hmm. So really isn't any downside.
Yeah, it's not a real problematic trait at all.
Right.
I'm just excited. Mm-hmm. So have you managed to avoid any knowledge of what happens after the invitations are delivered?
Yeah, that's what I was saying before. I do not know.
Genuinely,
that's not for the sake of performance or for trying to preserve something for you. I really just don't know. Now, I knock enemies back anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get the Poseidon attack.
I wonder if it unlocks another half of the game.
Shut up.
No, I'm just gonna make bad predictions for like this entire rest of the episode. It's like, I wonder if it lets you play as Cerberus. Wouldn't that be delightful?
If it just sends you a link, like if it sends you a coupon code for the rest of Supergiant Games library.
Yeah, that would also be fun.
Boy, nephew, I bet you have your hands full dealing with your enemies down there, so let me see what I can do. And I can do a lot.
Okay, Uncle.
Yes, actually. Sploosh.
Boy, this extended family is something, isn't it?
It reminds me why I spend a lot of my time Artemising in real life. Oh gosh, I listened back to what Artemis says whenever you give her invitation.
Yeah.
And it is legitimately sad.
She's like, I thought you had something for me, but it's a family thing.
Yeah. A special thing for me. Oh, and there's one for everybody.
Oh.
And, no, what did you... It was feeling pretty special there for a second. And now I have to go talk to the rest of my family. So, great.
Goodbye.
Cool.
Bye now.
Oh. You know, even if I miss it a lot of the time... See, this one is interesting mechanically. Mm-hmm. Because you know how the bow has like a power shot frame where Zagreus flashes, and if you release it right then, it's more powerful?
Okay.
This gives the same thing to the bull rush.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a little narrower.
Well, no, that's because I didn't charge it. The little flash is what I'm...
I see it, yeah.
So it creates a situation, though, where, like, this is also your defensive stance. Mm-hmm. Like, this defends you from harm. Mm-hmm. So it creates a situation where... Do I release now and potentially injure myself to try to get the power rush off? Or do I just keep blocking and ignore the power rush?
Man, it's like you've turned into like some sort of crazy helldozer.
I feel a little bit like a Monster Hunter monster.
You just roll and that's the attack. You just roll over. Oh man.
You're nothing.
You know, I really like Monster Hunter, but for something that I really like, I've played very little of it now that I'm thinking about it.
You played a fair amount of 4 Ultimate.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know. Like, I feel like I had just gotten started hunting the slightly more serious monsters, and then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna go, like, make a sandwich now, or doodle something, you know, which happens to me.
Well, you know, there are... this isn't Minish Cap. I can say any of the curse words that cross my mind. There are some absolute fuckers on the internet that would try to look at how much Monster Hunter I've played and say, you've barely scratched the surface.
Well, that's horseshit.
Yeah. So I try to keep that mentality in mind whenever I think about games just generally. Because all you have to do is appreciate that the thing that is your primary hobby, even with like the increased popularity of games and gaming, it's still niche, you know?
Yes, it is, yeah.
A tiny... I mean, it does not compare to... Hold on just a second.
Hey, Princette, I heard the strangest rumor. Here's the thing, I'll give it to you straight. I have heard you've been consorting both with Megara the Fury and with that old stiff Thanatos. Can you believe it?
Sisyphus, I don't know where you heard that, but it's true. They're just doing their jobs, and I know how it looks, but you're my friend as well, and I don't want you to forget that.
Look, I do appreciate the sentiment, Your Highness. I'm just surprised. I thought we shared a common foe in them is all. What can I say? I hope that someday I can see them how you see them.
Oh.
Thank you for understanding, sir. Besides, maybe I can get them to cut you some slack.
That one.
You got it.
Yeah.
Thank you, mate.
Am I super duper best friends? No, I have room to be ultra
man.
friends with Sisyphus.
All this for someone such as me? You know I'm down here for a reason, don't you, Prince? Not just because your father and good Thanatos don't care for me. Yet, from the very first, you showed me decency I'd not experienced since I was a king. Perhaps not even then.
Whoever it was you used to be, sir, I believe you've changed. And I'm proud to say that you're my friend. And Boldy there as well. It's odd for me to say, but I am glad you're here. I think I've learned a lot from you about all this.
Well, Your Highness, I'm honored very much indeed. And having you amongst my list of friends makes it perhaps the greatest such a list a fellow such as I has ever had. Isn't that right, Boldy? Take it from me, Prince Ed. Boldy concurs.
You guys are great.
Oh.
Oh.
A tribute to the greatest boulder of all time. Brilliant.
Well, bye, Boldy. What were you saying?
I've started to see that pair as like the unofficial mascot of Wednesdays.
Stop him, Lucas.
Was there any more?
There have been a
Okay.
couple memes, and I just wanted to know how you felt about how appropriate that was, and judging by your giggle, you understand. I definitely like them better than that
Oh my god, whoa.
silly
Things got really out of hand there for a second.
camel thing. You know, I'm not going to repeat it because it is worn. And I feel like if I say it one more time, it might explode the language. Oh my gosh. It's getting very frantic over here.
Yeah, I took a lot of damage very unexpectedly, and I think it's because I sort of thought that my block had my back, and my guard just wasn't actually up.
Here goes then. In the name of Hades, Olympus, this is an official message. Lord Ares, please consider our proposal, once you're able to decipher it.
Alright, one more list.
Why, what is this, my kin? Some sort of invitation for me, I presume? Not just for me. This symbolizes all the others here? Most intriguing. I shall investigate the meaning of this as quickly as I'm able then. But first,
Alright, we got two more. We got the party god, and we got the postal service.
I'll take it.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that to try to make up for my poor performance.
I think it's so funny. You know, okay, let's talk about Adventure Time just for a moment, because Adventure Time has its own sort of pantheon.
Mm-hmm.
And I love its like princess and gods pantheon. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it just reminded me because I love the party god from Adventure Time a whole lot. I mean, maybe love is not the right word because I would not.
The wolf?
Yeah, he's
Like
really,
the big wolf head?
He's perfect.
I like his little hat.
He's kind of a douche. But I mean, like, that's right though. Like, I can't, like, it's accurate. It's just a really well conceived deity to represent that type of partying, you know? He's like, oh man, I left my boombox over on my Ireland girlfriend. Like, and yes, his girlfriend is an island or whatever. She breaks up with him. Anyways, it's a long story. Adventure Time is weird in the best way. But yeah, so I was just thinking about that, and it just makes me want to create pantheons. Like Adventure Time makes me feel like creating like princess pantheons and god pantheons and like the slime, like the elementals. The elementals that eventually shake out towards the end of Adventure Time are like so stinking cool. And they're just perfect. It's like fire, ice, candy, and slime are the 4 elements. It's delightful, and it's just as bananas as this right here.
Hey, I just realized
Yeah?
Demeter wasn't on the list,
Oh,
right?
I guess not. No, she was.
No, because I would have written down ice or snow or something there. I think that this event is actually mostly centered around getting Demeter. I think that she's the one everybody is afraid of, including Zeus.